So is this the year they cancel winter here in Northwest Montana? Every year I get a lot of questions from people that don't live in this area about our winters, about how long they are, about what they're like, how cold we get, and when winter starts. In this video, we're going to go over all those things and I'll tell you what's going on this year. It's the end of November and I'm up at the ski resort right now and there is not much snow behind me. We're about 12 days away from when they're going to open the mountain or when they want to open the mountain, and we're not even close to being ready down here at the lower parts of the mountain. As you can see, they're making snow as fast as they can and hoping that we get some help from the weather before they open on December 7th. Usually by the end of November we have a lot of snow, but like I tell people, once you get past October 15th, you never know. It can be warm and decent like it has been this year, or we can start getting snow in October. We've already had a couple of little snowfalls, but nothing major and nothing to get this ski resort open for the season yet. So let's head down the mountain and I'll show you what it's like in town, and you'll never know that it's almost December. So as you can see, it doesn't take very long as we head down the mountain until we get into very little snow. And once we get down to the bottom of the mountain, you'll see there's absolutely no snow down in town. We've had a couple of small snows this winter so far, but they've melted off right away and it hasn't been bad at all. And like today, it's just a beautiful day to be at the lake. And it's just very hard to believe that it's the end of November. The docks are all out and everything's prepped for winter here in town, but winter has decided not to come. On this day, there's people out at the parks, they're playing outside, and they're taking full advantage of the current weather situation. And even the deer are loving it in town because they have plenty to eat. They don't have to dig through the snow. It's great for everybody right now except the mountain that's trying to get open, but as everyone knows, there's still things to do to prep for the inevitable winter. So one of the things you may not know if you don't live up here is everybody here has two sets of tires, and right before winter you switch from your summer tires to your winter tires. Some people use studded tires like we do. I like the studs, I just feel safer with them. Studded tires are allowed here in Montana because we get a lot of freezing and thawing up in this part of the state where it's almost too warm in the winter, where we'll be in the mid 30s during the day, so all the snow kind of melts, streets get wet, and then at night it gets down into the teens and everything in the morning is frozen solid and the roads are just skating rinks. So the studded tires are great for that, but there are good snow tires that aren't studded if you don't want to use those. But like I was saying, everybody switches their tires over between their summer tires and their winter tires right before the snow flies. And if you're like me, you always try and time it to, I don't like to run the winter tires longer than I have to, so you're always kind of betting on when to put them on and getting in front of the first big snowstorm and kind of betting on when it's going to be winter for good. And it always cracks me up. And take a look at this. Before you send me any nasty grams, I've been in this line before, but I just wanted to film it this year. Every year it never fails. When the weatherman and the news starts talking about the first snowstorm, people just flock to get their tires changed right before that snowfall. And it cracks me up. You go down to the tire store and here's what it is. So here's the tire store at 7:44 in the morning. This is back on October 24th. And do you ever remember back in high school, the kids that never studied for their tests until the last minute? Well, this is what this reminds me of. And again, I've been in this line, so I'm not knocking anyone. But this is right when they open the door. The Les Schwab is supposed to open at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got there at 7:25 to find all these people. And as you can see, once they open the door, you'll see how many people have been standing here in line because they all saw the weather report the night before or a couple days before that we were supposed to get this big snowstorm. And it just cracks me up every year. This is the same. I need to count these people, and if you want to rewind this and count it yourself, it's amazing to me how many people stand there or get there early. I'm sure the first person got there at probably 6:30 that morning to get the first spot in line, and they just don't want to wait. Because if you do not get in line on this particular day and get in the store like these people did, here's what you find at about 8:30 that morning or 9 o'clock. It's all over and you're waiting until the next day. So this is life in Montana in the late fall when it comes to getting the snow tires put on your car. Well, as we approach December, it probably is time to take care of your final winter preparations. We're not going to get out of it this easy for the rest of the year. Even though the weathermen are calling for an El Nino this winter, which means most of the bigger storms and precipitation is going to be south of us. We kind of had that last year as well. We are definitely going to have winter. And as you can see on the Weather Channel app here, we have a few more days of this almost summer-like weather considering the time of year. But as you can see, it's coming to an end. And we will definitely have winter here. So if you do like the snow, never fear, it is coming.
Thank you for watching our video. Please call, text, or email for more information. And don't forget to watch our other videos about Montana.